Hey guys, Jules here for WhatCulture.com with another episode of the most insane things happening in wrestling this week. The show that does exactly what it says on the tin in the most annoying way possible. You are ho welcome. Now, this week has been chock full of absolutely mad moments. Raw unbelievably dipped in ratings again. Becky Lynch has been murdering on Twitter again. And somebody got attacked with a drilldo. So yeah, let's crack on with the show and hit that intro and find out who wins this week's most insane things happening in wrestling in the week award. God, that was a mouthful. Now, it must be quite hard to be a worker in the Combat Zone wrestling promotion. Not only are matches disgustingly violent and utterly insane, but because of the ever-escalating demand for blood in the ring, weapons and items used in these matches have grown equally bizarre. Now, last month I asked people what weird weapons they'd seen in these death matches, and they ranged from ironing boards covered in barbed wire, weed whackers, and most worryingly of all, the deadly Lego brick. But now we have, thanks to the 20th Cage of Deathmatch on this promotion, a dildo on a drill to add to this list. This drilldo was plunged into the mouth of Brandon Kirk and then switched on, I'm told with love, by Dan O'Hare. The crowd erupted into hearty cries of "You suck dick," which, to be fair, was literally what they were seeing, and every technical wrestler watching this event probably died a little inside. It's safe to say that this was wrestling at its most lowbrow, gross, problematic even. Pretty much everything that CZW is in a nutshell, but for using such a combination and the surprising depths of Kirk's gullet, it's insane enough to earn a place here. Now on to the sad stuff, as this week we're going to talk about Raw, which turned out again to be a bit of a disappointment in terms of rating. By that I mean it slumped way down as fans are simply voting with their eyes and just not tuning in. At present, 2.19 million viewers watched the show this week, which is still a lot to most people, but that is a drop from 2.29 million the week before. If it keeps dropping like this, then it's going to be circling the 2 million mark before the Rumble. As Dave Meltzer himself put it on Twitter, thank God for big TV deals. If not for that, we're legit headed to WCW territory even without competition. That statement should never happen. The WWE is the biggest player in the industry, has the best talent working its rings and the money to actually throw around, and still it's beginning to dip. After the drop, some of the writers from the show itself leapt into action, citing how hard it is to write 3 hours of content for the flagship show each and every week, which I imagine it is. This 10-minute show takes the brainpower of 3 people to make happen. Although, to be fair, it's usually because I just want to talk about drilldos and that gums up the works quite a lot. Anyway, the question that we should surely ask is, why is Vince so unrelenting to change the product to improve it? And before you say that maybe he doesn't just watch the show, this week's Raw proved he does. In the ring, Baron Corbin took the verbal beatdown from Seth Rollins as every single one of the flagship show's flaws were pointed out, even the low ratings, and were pinned on Corbin. It was his fault. And these were Vince's words, aimed at trying to get the WWE Universe behind the shoddiness of the show and use it to turn Corbin into a mega heel. It is a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off. Spoilers, it won't. But you know what? Far be it from me to just tell you what I think. I want you to let me know down below what rating you would have given Raw out of 5, because I'm interested in that, and what you thought of that segment in particular, because in my opinion, we should not have to settle for this type of subpar storytelling. Am I right? Speaking of subpar storytelling, no, it's not time to do another giraffe skit. Come on, we all know that they're hilarious and terrible on purpose. But instead, let's talk about the absolutely appalling plate of piss that is the Ruby Riott versus Natalya feud. Now, we've already seen Jim the Anvil Neidhart be rolled out for sympathy at the UK shows this year, where Riott snapped a pair of sunglasses that looked like they belonged to him and made Natalya cry. However, this week, they doubled down on the dose of death by plastering Jim's picture on a table and having Riott tell Natalya that she was going to be reunited with her dad when she was put through it. This entire scene was so painful to watch, but not because of any emotional heft, but because of how ham-fisted and laboured it was. Oh, Natty's crying again. Ruby Riott, at that moment when she did that, sounded like Leo Rush and Drake Maverick combined. It was that annoying, which, trust me, takes some doing. It sounded like a slowed down version of Brie Bella's entrance mode. And trust me, no one wants that. Nor did they want this angle. As when the WWE put this clip live on their YouTube channel, it is now sitting with a rather stocky amount of dislikes and top comments that read as such. Kyle Crothother says, do wrestlers' deaths always have to be used for storylines? From Tom Aiken, he says, let's use his ashes at the TLC. Maybe Ruby can blind Natty with the ashes. Damn WWE using death as a storyline must be the new thing. Seth freaking Rollins says, I'm sorry, but this whole let's involve a dead legend in this storyline to make it better is just not working. R.I.P. Jim the Anvil Neidhart. And Windy City Heel says, I get that they probably get the family to agree to this, but yeesh, it's still kind of gross to use someone's death to advance a storyline on a TV show. So yeah, the fans don't want to see it, but as I've just said in the previous entry with Vince's hatred of admitting fault, it probably means that we're going to get something even worse at the TLC pay-per-view. What joy. So yeah, Vince doubling down on dad death. Are you having a giraffe? Shake your booty, shake your booty. And speaking of shaking booties, we're about to go on our staff night out because it's Christmas time! Yes, it is. He's going to be looking very smart. I'm going to be changing out of this horrible attire and getting something slightly cheaper, but you know. And now, what we're going to do is just, instead of doing the regular giraffe segment, is show you a before, hence us, and now to the main show. My God, it is so bright in this room.
I want to go home.
Yeah. How many times have you been sick today?
5.
You actually? Oh my God. Yeah. It was quite a rough night last night. Voice is feeling a bit sore, but got some stickers though. New merch to sell. Look, it's my face on sticker form. You can slap my mug in the mug, all over your mug. I don't know, there's no pun here. I'm so tired. Buy stuff. It's not even at shop.whatculture. I'm doing this off my own back. Go to merch culture, Redbubble. I'll let it focus. Before and after photo. Enjoy. See ya. Now this is the thing. You guys know that I've got complex emotions when it comes to Shane McMahon, and I was raging now that he's been trying to get this best in the world gimmick to take off and stick. We all know that that title belongs to Viscera. Come on now. But this week, I am going to admit that he's the best in the world at something. Having the worst worked punches in the business. This week on SmackDown, after being attacked by the Vegas Boys, Shane rose up like the He-Man that he is and proceeded to send those local talents crying back to their mothers. Or at least that's what it was supposed to look like. In reality, it was like watching a Sunday League dad try to wash his dogs with pillows strapped to his hands. A few pats on the back here, a few tummy tickles here, and the best in the world was on fire. He even chucked a spinning back elbow in there for good measure. Looked about as deadly as a soft scoop of ice cream. Now, this is the thing. When Ronda does these sort of things, you feel the impact. When Almas does his knees, you feel the impact. But when Shane does it, it's just awful. And all it does is highlight how Shane is so committed to this hard man aesthetic while having the stopping power of a WWE ref. Hell, I've actually seen refs do more damage. I know what you're thinking. Oh boy, Jules is going all out on this again. But you know what? It's just incredibly stupid. And you have to admit, at this point in time, it is getting silly and it's pissing me off. Becky Lynch is amazing at Twitter. Amazing. I know it sounds like a broken record round here with all of us saying that, right? But you have to remember that she is just that good. And you remember last week I said that Matt Palmer actually stole the crown from her because he had some pretty good banter with Nia Jax. But you know what? The man has come back strong with quite possibly the best tweet of the year. Taking aim at upcoming TLC opponent Charlotte Flair, who had called out Becky for missing time as a result of a genuine concussion, the man annihilated the Queen in the sort of diss that would probably be deemed too tasteless for WWE television, that Charlotte missed some time throughout the summer after rupturing both breast implants. Ow. Because this injury brought into focus the WWE's sexualization of female talent, it was probably considered too taboo to minus material on the USA Network. It's not as if she died or something, which would have been fair game, as we've just covered. So Becky, in an incredible response, posted a side-by-side image of herself and her rival. Becky, defiant badass with the bloody nose and all on the left, and a picture of Charlotte's heaving cleavage with her face cropped out on the right. I tell you what, you do not want to confront a straight shooter and then give them a gun, do you? I haven't seen somebody go after a woman's breast implants this ferociously since Dave Meltzer. Zing. And there we go, those were the most insane things happening in wrestling this week. Now to close out the show the only way I know how, by reading my favourite comments from last week's episode, and we begin with Dante, who says, the giraffe on Jules' t-shirt, this one right here, probably could put on a better match than Nia Jax. Do I think that a fake cartoon giraffe could beat up the ham fist that is Nia Jax? Well, my giraffe isn't The Rock's cousin, so it probably won't be getting a push, mate. Fraz Vader says, engagement ring or WrestleMania? That is the question. It's not a question, mate. First off, because you didn't put a question mark on the end of it, or maybe I've just deleted that when I've transferred it across. Probably is my fault, actually. But also, it's always going to be the engagement ring. WrestleMania will come and go, but wives, will they stay until the divorce? Remember that. Brennan Sanford says, hey Jules, it's my 20th birthday next week. Hoping I can get a shout out to celebrate finally not being a teen. Excited to see TLC live as a gift. Now that is actually pretty cool, getting to see a WWE pay-per-view live in the flesh. I've only actually seen a handful here in the UK. I'd like to see more. Maybe we're going to WrestleMania. Yep, that's right. I might be going to WrestleMania. But it's not about me, it's about you. Happy birthday, mate. And then we have Sean Acklin, who says, Jules, it's my birthday on December the 17th. Telling you now before you upload the next episode. For my birthday, I'm going to treat myself to a restaurant I've seen on Instagram that posted out some delicious food. God, that's quite a long one, this. Hopefully it turns out better than the time that your mum invited me to her house with the promise of free tacos, only it wasn't that kind of taco. It goes on. I'll just cut to the end. It looks nice, but no thanks. I'm sure that she'll appreciate that comment. There's my one per birthday shout-out request. You cheeky whippet man frog. And Paul K, to close it out, says, Jules, my 21st birthday is on December the 14th. It would be totally awesome if you would publish your next video on that day. Is that the day? No, that's next week, isn't it? Yeah, I'm going to publish it now, mate. But I'm a busy man. I'll probably forget as well. And it would mean a lot to me if you ate a PB&J sandwich every night before you go to sleep until that day to gain some mass, son. If you pause between 2:41 and 2:42, you slightly turn your body, I swear that you went transparent for a millisecond. Like, I shaved my beard. Trust me, I'm still very bottom heavy outside of the screenshot that you can't see. I part my fat on the side. I love you, Jules. Cue Dumb and Dumber gift. Don't you go dying on me. I'm not going to die. Well, I am going to die. Unless that pact with Satan actually goes through. I've sacrificed enough goats to tell you that. Right, anyway, I just want to say a continued thank you to the continued people who continue to support the show. That's great words there, Jules. Michael Sidgwick and Phil Chambers, love you both, guys. Mwah, mwah, mwah. And to you, each and every one of you at home, for watching. If you'd like to own a dead meme, then go to shop.whatculture.com for this. And you can also buy the one per list shirt that is actually sold out twice. I'm as astounded as you are. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. As always, I've been Jules. You can go follow me at RetroJ with the 0 over on Twitter. You have been awesome, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye!